All right, welcome into the Daily Fix every day, right here, presented by Foolish Club Media, 12 o'clock noon every single day. However you get us, we appreciate it. I am your host, Ron Hughley of the Daily Fix, right there in that small box. You see him right there, Mr. Steven Serta.
Hi.
Got to turn your stuff on. There you go. A lot to get into today. How about it? 13-1. I'm telling you, we reached it again, Serta. I have seen now, I believe, 9 consecutive weeks, some sort of a title on shows, Chief Concern, concern about the Chiefs. Are you worried about the Chiefs? 13-1, winners of 19 of their last 20. There are some concerns, but yes, 9, I believe 9 or 10 consecutive weeks, Serta, I have witnessed the chief concern topic, which is fantastic. But there are some concerns. We discuss them here. But again, if you're taking us in on Twitter, we appreciate you. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate that as well. What I do need you to do is head to our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media, like and subscribe as we continue to try to build this thing. Remember, if you do not do so, you are preventing my 3 beautiful children from eating. Not going to hold you too long here, as the best thing I've seen all season. I've got video footage of it. It is absolutely the best thing I've seen all season, and I am unbelievably turned on and excited by it. Sports turned on and excited about it. Also, yes, we can admit there's a Buffalo problem. There is a Buffalo problem. You ain't got to, at least in this space, maybe you're going to be a hard ass somewhere else, but at least in this space, you can admit there's a Buffalo problem. All right, before we get anything going here, let's start here. Let me get those 2 minutes. The Mahomes is hurt. He is hurt, and but it does look like it is not like any kind of season ending. Last we heard, I know Andy is probably going to talk at some point today, Steve, but last we heard and reports are the x-rays were negative, so nothing's broken. They'll do more tests today. As Mahomes said yesterday in his presser, adrenaline's rolling. The next day is really when you see it, when it's swelling. Been reports it's an ankle issue. Been reports it's a high ankle sprain. We remember he dealt with that 2 years ago en route to their second title. But listen, we'll know more. And the Chiefs have decisions to make here with their schedule coming up. All right, they got a game on Saturday and a game on Wednesday, and then they finish off with Denver. And right now, with Buffalo winning in Detroit, they've got just a 2-game cushion, and they have to finish ahead of Buffalo. Cannot finish tied. So I look at this decision that Andy has to make, and the Chiefs have to make about Mahomes, and I sure as hell hope it's better than the decisions that they were making on the field yesterday. For me, Serta, I think the biggest cause to seeing him limping off the field and Carson Wentz having to come in and finish the game was Andy Reid and the play calling. And listen, I've heard people say, well, I'm not going to question Andy Reid because to hell with that. He ain't Jesus. He can be wrong sometimes, and his ass was wrong yesterday. All right, that day that Bill Belichick walked in and said, I got a bright idea. Matt Patricia, Joe Judge, take over the offense. You can question great coaches. They are not perfect. And, Serta, you know that you've kicked your left guard, Joe Tooney, to left tackle and brought somebody off the bench in Caliendo to play left guard. You know that that's the issue. You come out and you score a touchdown and go up 21-0 with 3 minutes gone by. In the second half, including the time that Carson Wentz was in it, them jokers dropped back 18 times. 18 times. Hell, they only had 30-something plays in the second half. 18 times they dropped back. Instead of handing the ball off, they rushed for 132 yards. It really was 2 more than that if it wasn't for the kneels that Carson had to take that goes against the rushing. They were running the football. It's 21-0. Your defense looks like the defense of last year. Hell, they've had to bench their quarterback, and your ass just gonna keep throwing the football. I have never yearned for Marty Schottenheimer more than I had in that game yesterday. I mean, I think I heard you on the post game losing. He had at one point 9 straight incompletions, and I'm thinking to myself, did he have 9 straight passes? That part that nobody, and don't blame Nagy. I mean, if you want to blame Nagy and say the only thing of blaming Nagy is, hey man, you got to be a little bit more aggressive in the change in Andy's mind. But ain't nobody changing Andy's mind. That was Andy looking at that damn Waffle House menu that my mom used to talk about, and him calling them plays and acting like the run plays don't exist. It's insane, right? Like they were running the ball well. And to me, the number one thing, there's no reason that they should have dropped back 18 out of 30-something plays in the second half with a 21-0 lead with your left guard playing left tackle. No way. And to me, it is not the only reason, but it is the number one reason, the decision-making to go about your business like that.
And I will mention that Andy Reid's actually not going to talk today like he normally does because it's a short turnaround week. So they'll have media availability, I think, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. So we should hear from him tomorrow afternoon. But yeah, I talked about it on the post-game show. It was the most infuriating game plan that they have put together all season. Like this should have been an easy win. Your defense was playing as good as it's played in 6 weeks. And for whatever reason, they just absolutely refused to run the ball and let Mahomes just get punished the entire second half until he was injured enough that he had to leave the game. It was unbelievable. And I don't understand what the process is there. Like, I understand they're trying to work through some things, but it just wasn't working. And the running game was working in the first half. Like they ran the ball well in the first half, and all they had to do was lean on that in the second half to try to just go get an easy win and get out of Cleveland without getting your starting quarterback injured. And they refused to do it.
And some of it was, Mahomes. But again, like Mahomes, as he said, I'm going to try to make plays. These weren't even like, this could have been, Steve, hey, let's run the ball, quick stuff, quick game, quick stuff, screens, get the ball out, like, bam. That's what we're doing. Quick, the methodical, hey, man, we'll get 4 here. We'll rush for 3 here, 3rd and 3, bam, quick stuff. That's to me, if he was going to throw the football, it is what the offense should have looked like. Nah, he back there holding it. He back there holding the thing and waiting to get hit. So, listen, Andy is, to me, the greatest coach maybe of this generation. He is the best offensive mind since Bill Walsh. But his ass can be questioned, and his ass was wrong. And hell, he said it in the third quarter. It was 21-0 with 3 minutes gone by, and that joker dropped back 18 times with his left guard playing left tackle. Wild. All right. Listen. It is okay to admit that Buffalo is the real deal. At least their quarterback. And it is okay to admit, like, yo, this is going to be a tall task. And I think sort of when you take a look at, now I don't necessarily say that they are the best team in this run, but when you take a look at what the Chiefs are doing and how they can struggle a bit, sort of in the areas they're struggling, the type of team they're bringing to the table this year, I think there is an argument that Buffalo sort of may be the most difficult challenge that they've had in this run. I don't necessarily think Buffalo's the best team that they've had to face in this run, but I think when you combine what Buffalo is doing and what the Chiefs, this team, is bringing to the table right now, this might be the most difficult task. Now, I'm not saying the Chiefs can't get them. Obviously, hell, they've given up 86 points in the last 2 weeks. Many people are ignoring that they've given up 86 points the last 2 weeks, Buffalo has. But they've gone in and beaten the Chiefs at home, and then they went on the road and beat what many people thought was the best team, the Lions on the road, put up 48 points. They put up 2 last week in L.A. This is Josh Allen is the type of guy where there are moments where you don't have answers for him. And he is playing at the very, very height of his powers right now. His game has evolved into a place where he is cooking. He knows what's going on. It's okay to admit, as a Chiefs fan, that Buffalo is a problem. Not that you can't get them, but Buffalo is a real problem.
Yeah, and Josh Allen is just running away with the MVP, and he's playing out of his mind. But I do think, like, yeah, the Lions are concerning now, whereas like a month ago, I would have told you I still believe the Lions were the top contender in the NFL, and now their defense is totally falling apart because of injuries.
They just lost David Montgomery too.
Yeah, and he got injured in yesterday's game and is going to be out indefinitely, maybe for the rest of the season. So that's a huge loss for them. Like their injuries are just piling up in a way that's really unfortunate for an incredibly talented team. But yeah, it's Buffalo has looked really good, in part because Josh Allen is playing absolutely out of his mind. They had a really weird box score yesterday. Like Ty Johnson was like their leading wide receiver, and Amari Cooper hasn't even been like effective. But they're
not a target, not one target, Amari.
But Josh Allen has just been absolutely insane. But the thing that still like pauses me on the Bills is their defense at times has looked really good, but it has mostly looked really good when they're playing against inferior opponents, when they have gone up against good teams like the Baltimore Ravens, like the Lions, like the Rams last week. They have gotten torched defensively because I don't think their defense is totally overwhelming. And I know they gave the Chiefs some problems, but like that's the regular season Chiefs. Like I still want to see the Chiefs against this team in the postseason because I still think they're going to get a better shot at them that way. And I think Buffalo is really, really good, and Josh Allen's playing out of his mind. But when these things ramp up in the playoffs, it's a totally different conversation.
Yeah, listen, they've got flaws. And as I said, I'm not saying the Chiefs can't and won't get them. I'm just saying, like, this may be the toughest task, right? There is, like, I don't know how many times over the years in this run sort of that I've sat and I've been like, man, I think the Chiefs got to play great to win. Like, I don't, like, maybe that Eagles team, but I didn't even think that. But there's not many times where I've been like, boy, they got to play great to win. It feels like the Chiefs have to play close to their A game to beat this team, even in Arrowhead. All right, finally, man, I got to end with this, man. My man, T'Vondre Sweat. They got him listed at 262. I don't think that's the case. But look at this big sucker here. This was the best thing I saw all day. T'Vondre Sweat gets yet another Joe Burrow turnover. And look what the big man, he don't just fall on it. He may look like Ted Washington. He may look like Sam Adams. He may look like those big fellas. But he sure as hell moving. He moving like somebody else. Look at my man right here. Give me this video. Let me see this. I need this. Let me see this.
Under pressure again, and this time he'll go down. Or will he? The ball pops out.
It's recovered by 6'5".
T'Vondre Sweat rumbling up the sideline. The big man still on the run and out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
That video and audio courtesy of CBS. Look at this dude, man. Serta, you can't tell me that man ain't done this before. What I need to know what position T'Vondre played in high school. That looked like a guy that has been a running back. Look at him in the picture right there, Serta. That thing is tucked. That thing is, you can see it tucked like he didn't run with it before. Look at that hand up there. And that stiff arm to 65, who did not know that was coming at all. He is moving, Jack. Oh my God.
Even the way he goes down, like when he gets tackled, like that's like how a ball carrier goes down. Like he slid into the ground. He didn't just eat it.
My God, man, that boy he might be the most. Can he dunk? That athletic son of a gun right there. He picked it up and he is going. Oh my God. Serta, I don't mean this. I'm not being stupid when I say this. There are several skilled position players for the Kansas City Chiefs that I would like to line up on a 50-yard. I need a little bit more than 40. A 40-yard dash, and I'm not 100% sure everybody gets T'Vondre Sweat. Number 9, I'm looking at you. I don't know if Juju. I just think about the touchdown Juju got, and you saw this joker moving. T'Vondre wouldn't have had to dive for the pylon. He'd have run through it. Bill Callahan's kid is crazy if he don't get him in some tight end movement out there, get him a couple of touchdown passes. That athletic son of a gun. You might get a toss because this ain't little league. He ain't got no sticker on it that he can't carry the football. My God, goodness, T'Vondre. That done me in. Hi, Mom. Hey, Courtney.